What if your single biggest opponent isn't across the field, at the other end of the boardroom table, or on the other side of a tough conversation? What if it's sitting right between your ears? The most important battle you'll ever fight is the one in your mind. And the hard truth is, most of us show up to that fight completely unarmed. We're told to be positive, but we're never actually given the weapons to fight back when negativity, pressure, and self doubt attack. You felt it, that knot in your stomach right before a big presentation. The wave of frustration after a setback that makes you just want to quit. The quiet, nagging voice that tells you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not ready. For years, the only advice we've gotten is to just think positive thoughts. It's a nice idea, but it's like telling someone caught in a hurricane to just think about sunshine. It's a wish, not a strategy. The problem isn't that you don't want to be resilient. The problem is the gap between wanting a winning mindset and having the actual tools to build one. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. This is about forging mental strength. Today, we're not talking about wishing. We're talking about training. We're going to break down the practical, actionable mental drills that elite athletes, top executives, and world-class performers use to build a mind that doesn't just survive pressure, it thrives in it. Let's be real about what happens when we go into this mental battle unprepared. An untrained mind is reactive. It's controlled by circumstances instead of controlling its response to them. This means you miss out on opportunities because fear holds you back. It means you burn out because you haven't learned how to manage stress. It creates a cycle of self-sabotage where you get stuck in the same negative loops, replaying past failures instead of focusing on future wins. It's the reason some people crumble after one mistake, while others use that same mistake as a launching pad. The difference isn't talent or luck, it's training. Winning in life, in your career, in any situation, isn't about never getting knocked down. It's about having the mental framework to get back up, stronger and smarter than before. It's about shifting from a fixed mindset, where your abilities feel set in stone, to a growth mindset, where every challenge is a chance to learn and get better. So let's get into the how. Let's build your mental gym. The first and most powerful tool in your mental gym is visualization. Now, this isn't the passive daydreaming you do at your desk. This is active, structured mental rehearsal. Elite performers, from Olympic athletes to visionary CEOs, use this to prime their brains for success. The science behind it is a concept called neuroplasticity, your brain's incredible ability to rewire itself based on experience. Here's the key. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you mentally rehearse something, you activate the same neural pathways as when you physically do it. You're literally building the blueprint for success before you even step into the arena. So how do you actually do it? First, get specific. Don't just see yourself winning. Build the whole scene in your mind. Use all five senses. If you're prepping for a job interview, don't just imagine getting the offer. Imagine waking up that morning feeling calm and confident. Picture what you're wearing. Feel the firm handshake you give the interviewer. Hear your own voice, clear and steady, as you nail the answers. Smell the coffee in the office. See the positive, engaged look on the interviewer's face. The more sensory details you pack in, the more real it becomes for your brain. Second, practice two types of visualization. The first is process visualization. This is where you mentally rehearse every step of the task. A basketball player doesn't just see the ball go in, they visualize their footwork, the feel of the ball, the arc of the shot, the follow-through. By rehearsing the process, you build muscle memory and automaticity, which helps you perform under pressure without overthinking. The second is outcome visualization. This is where you focus on the successful finish and, most importantly, the feeling that comes with it. Feel the pride, the relief, the joy. This emotional kick is critical. It wires your brain to connect the task with a positive reward, boosting your motivation and belief. A classic example is the story of Jim Carrey. Early in his career, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it for Thanksgiving 1995. He visualized it all the time, and just before that date, he landed his role in Dumb and Dumber for that exact amount. He built the reality in his mind first. The second drill, cognitive reframing, is the art of becoming the editor of your own thoughts. Our brains are hardwired with a negativity bias, a natural tendency to focus on threats and problems. It helped our ancestors survive, but today it often creates what psychologists call automatic negative thoughts, or ants. These are the thoughts that just pop in, like, I'm going to fail, this is too hard, or I'm not good enough. Cognitive reframing is a technique from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, that systematically challenges these thoughts. It's not about ignoring the negative, it's about finding a more balanced and empowering viewpoint. The process is simple, but it takes practice. Step 1. Just become aware of your thoughts. You can't change what you don't notice. Start paying attention to when you feel a spike of anxiety or frustration, and ask, what thought just went through my mind? You could even keep a thought journal. Write down the situation, the thought, and how it made you feel. Step 2. Challenge the thought. Become a detective and interrogate it. Ask yourself some questions based on the Socratic method. Is this thought 100% true? Am I basing this on facts or just feelings? What's another way to look at this? What evidence do I have for this thought, and what evidence contradicts it? For instance, you make a mistake at work, and your automatic thought is, I'm terrible at my job. Challenge it. Is it really true that I'm terrible at my job? What about that project I nailed last week, or the good feedback I got last month? Step 3. Create a reframe. This is your replacement thought. It should be balanced and realistic, not just fluff. Instead of, I'm terrible at my job, a good reframe might be, I made a mistake, which is frustrating, but it's a chance to learn. I'm capable and I've succeeded at plenty of other things. Instead of, I can't handle this pressure, try, this pressure is intense, but I have the tools to handle it one step at a time. Practicing this consistently actually rewires your brain. You start to see challenges as opportunities, not threats. You stop being a victim of your internal monologue and start becoming its master. The third and final drill is your emergency brake. It's the tool you pull when stress and anxiety are hijacking your system in the heat of the moment. It's the physiological reset, and you do it with controlled breathing. When you're under pressure, your sympathetic nervous system kicks into fight or flight mode. Your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, your muscles tense up. You can't think clearly or perform your best in that state. Controlled breathing is the fastest way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest system. It sends a direct signal to your brain that you're safe and in control. Elite performers, from Navy SEALs to surgeons, are trained in this. The simplest and most effective technique is box breathing. It's easy to remember, and you can do it anywhere without anyone noticing. Here's how it works. 1. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. 2. Hold your breath for a count of 4. 3. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. 4. Hold your breath at the end for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle 4 or 5 times. The magic here is its dual effect. Physiologically, it slows your heart rate and can lower your blood pressure. Mentally, it yanks you into the present moment. When you're focused on counting your breaths, you're not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. You're anchored right here, right now. That mental clarity is the foundation for peak performance. Think of it as your reset button. Feeling overwhelmed before a meeting? Take 60 seconds for some box breathing. Frustrated by a setback? Step away and reset your body. It's a simple, powerful action that reminds you that while you can't always control the situation, you can always control your response. These drills aren't just interesting ideas. They're tools that only work if you pick them up and use them. The mind is a muscle. It gets stronger with consistent training. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just close this video and move on. Take action. Pick one of these drills. Visualization, cognitive reframing, or box breathing, and practice it every single day for the next 7 days. If you pick visualization, spend 5 minutes each morning mentally rehearsing a successful day. If you go with cognitive reframing, carry a small notebook and write down 3 negative thoughts and their reframes each day. If you choose box breathing, set a reminder to practice it for 2 minutes every afternoon. After a week, come back and leave a comment. Share which drill you chose and what you noticed. Your story might just be the spark someone else needs to start their own training. And of course, if you got value out of this, please like this video and subscribe for more on building an unbeatable mind. Building a winning mindset isn't some huge overnight transformation. It's about the small, consistent reps you put in every single day. It's about choosing to do the mental work, even when you don't feel like it. Winners aren't born, they're built. They're built in the quiet moments of mental rehearsal, in the brave act of challenging a negative thought, and in the disciplined choice to breathe and find calm in the chaos. You have the blueprints now. You have the drills. You are no longer unarmed in the battle for your mind. The only question is, will you put in the work? Start today. Start now. Train your mind, and you'll learn how to win, not just in some situations, but in every situation.